Hey, how you doing?
Good, how are you?
Good, man. Welcome to Vive Vision News.
Thank you so much.
So I wanted to bring you on today because I know we're going to talk a little bit about business insurance and about financial management. But let's go ahead and start. What's your name and what company do you work for?
Yeah, so my name is Brooke Bastiaans. I represent New York Life. They're a broker-dealer company, and they have other companies that I can work with outside of them. But they're my main company. I'm an agent for them, so I do a little bit of everything from insurance, from both an individual and business standpoint, to annuities and other products.
Oh, that's pretty cool. How long have they been in business for?
So we just celebrated 175 years this past April. So we are the oldest mutual life insurance company.
Oh, wow.
We actually started before the dollar bill was even a thing.
No way.
So yeah.
Really?
Yeah, we've been around a long
cow.
time.
And you guys have a lot of offices in California?
Yes. I don't know the exact number, but we do have offices actually throughout the nation. Our home office is in White Plains, New York, and we have a few offices. So I kind of function out of an office in the San Fernando Valley, as well as a private office in Westlake Village. And then there's also other offices like in Glendale and even up in NorCal that I can go to. If I'm traveling and need something or whatever it is. So,
okay. What do you specialize in this with New York Life? What's your specialty?
Well, New York Life's specialty is life insurance. They are, a life insurance company. But there's other things that we do. We basically look at a client and their profile, and we figure out, okay, like what does this client need, and how can we best serve them? So, life insurance isn't always a solution for everyone,
right.
But it is definitely like one of our main, flagship products. But we also do annuities. We also do business planning, buy-sell agreements, long-term care planning. Things like that. So, and then we have our own securities, like subsidiary of our company. So we have like our life company, our annuity company, and then like our securities and investments.
Got it.
So,
one of the things that you just mentioned was that life insurance isn't for anyone. Now, for me, an outsider looking in, I'm like, life insurance is for everybody. Yeah. I mean, it's insurance for the family. It's making sure that they have, a little bit of income to take care of the funeral services. So when you say life insurance isn't for anybody, can you talk about that a little bit longer?
I actually meant to say that it is for anybody.
Okay.
It just might not be that solution that's maybe that client's priority. So
Got
maybe
it.
They've had a life insurance product for 20 years.
Okay.
It wouldn't make sense to replace it at that
Right.
time, but maybe just add to it a little bit. But sometimes they have other priorities that we seek to meet. So I think it's a good foundation for building a house. Let's say you
Right.
want like a conservative foundation on your house, so that it doesn't float away.
Okay.
When you have other things going on, if that makes sense. You
Gotcha.
want a steady, sturdy foundation to your financial portfolio, and so that's one of the building blocks.
That's strong, because that's one thing I need to focus on is financial portfolio. I'm trying to find different areas for passive income, and right now I have one sole job, but maybe it's real estate or other opportunities. So that's definitely something in the future I probably would want to investigate. It's just how am I going to handle the finances, especially in the middle of COVID-19?
Yeah.
People are on furlough or, have no income at all, and having that financial portfolio of different sources of income could be really powerful. How have you adjusted with COVID-19?
COVID-19, it's been hard for all of us, other people in the financial services industry, as well as, just a lot of people have, been filing for unemployment, coverage from the state and so forth. And we know that there's, a huge, loss in the job market right now,
right.
because companies can't afford to pay their employees, or they can't afford the loss of income from their various business activities. So it's definitely been hard for everyone, but I want to focus more on a positive light.
Right.
I've seen a lot of benefits and just added opportunities from working at home. It's been such an just a joy to be able to connect with people.
Right.
Even social distancing, we all kind of miss that human interaction. So even a Zoom call kind of, people are more open. They want to talk to someone else. And I think we're just starting to value that, thing we took for granted for so long.
Right.
And it also is increasing awareness in the community of how important it is to protect your family, because we don't really know what's going to happen. There's so much uncertainty just going on. We don't know what the, future of the economy is going to be. And, kind of people just tend to kind of think the worst. And so I want to, come in there and help people and give them a, safety net and security and peace of mind. And that's something life insurance provides people, as far as, and also other, investments and annuities and things like that, just depending on what they need. But, that's what it boils down to, is that safety net. So.
I love that you're seeing the positive side, because it's hard to see it. I mean, it says, personally for me, it's the little things. It's like I take for granted walking into Target and just walking in without having to wait in line. There's so many little things that we would have never knew was a freedom until we had something like this. So it's kind of nice that you're able to see a little bit of glimpse of light at the end of the tunnel.
Yeah.
Now,
and I'm not driving. So,
so
it's just like, I can meet with more people in a day, and I can, there's more opportunity. Like, I just got licensed in Texas last week. Because,
congrats.
One of my friends is, out in Texas, and he's like, I need help. And so I was like, okay. And, being, able to just, connect with people using the technology we have, it just opens that opportunity. I don't have to go fly to Texas.
Sure.
I can just hit my little Zoom call button, and it, it's great. It's a great, supplement, but it's not a replacement.
I've heard of many, without being named, but many life insurance companies. What's maybe one or two things that set you guys apart? Why New York Life?
As I previously mentioned, we've been around for 175 years, and that's a long time to be around. It just shows you the incredible stability of our company.
Okay.
We've been through the Civil War, we've been through World War I, World War II, the Great Depression, 2008, all these different, wars and, recessions and depressions in our economy. And we've been able to survive all of those things. And even right now with COVID, we're still going strong, and we can pay our claims out. People get what, they, you want to know that you're getting what you're signing up for, if that makes sense.
Through the thick and the thin.
Right. You want to make sure that company is going to be by your side, and they're not going to try to make excuses to not pay their claims, or, just not do what they said they were going to do. And a lot of companies do that because they simply can't afford it. But, we have a huge, set aside cash, accounts. You can see our, public statements online. We have done so much to make sure that we have enough to keep going. And actually, New York Life projects 10 years out to make sure that they can get through that.
That's awesome.
What they've got. So they're not, trying to shorthand and shortchange and cut corners. They're planning for the future and not just the current day and time.
That's wonderful. That's a great company. That's incredible that they're thinking so far out.
Right.
That's awesome. Can you share with our viewers what is insurance? Maybe what types of insurance there are, and why do people get insurance?
So so some of the insurance I am able to provide my clients is, life insurance, and there's term and whole life and universal life kind of within that category, as well as, annuities, long-term care, which is more like a health insurance, Medicare, supplemental policy, that is a more specific type of care. And then, and then there's securities and investments also. So there's a, variety of things, and they all, meet a different need for that client. And a lot of them can be used together to, help diversification, or, maybe, offset some tax burdens. People tend to put it all in one stage of life, and the idea is to diversify it so you're not, freaking out and people aren't always aware. So part of my job is just educating people, this is what you're doing,
right.
This is where you're going to be at in 10 years, and this is how we're going to change that, or just add to what you're already doing. So
it sounds like you kind of guide people in the right direction as an individual, as a businesswoman in the field. What got you into your field? How did we get here today? What's a little bit about your background? Because to me, it's important, to work with New York Life, but also the bigger picture is working with someone who will have their back for the years to come, right? And so that's a big feat. I'm in the same field too. People rely on me. So how did we get here? Tell me about yourself.
Yeah, so I'm a very entrepreneurial person. I also love spreadsheets. So I'm both very creative and also analytical in a sense. And yeah, I've never worked for anyone in my life, which is kind of crazy, but I've always kind of been thinking outside the box, what can I do? And I don't want a repetitive job that's the same thing every day.
Right.
So yeah, I like started a coffee shop out of my dorm room. I even designed like a cafe for my like campus that I graduated from a few years ago. And so I like love to do like little projects, and then I also did some like social media marketing and product photography and even like individual photography, like weddings and engagements and that sort of things.
That's pretty
So
cool.
I've always been like very self-motivated
Right.
and driven, and I kind of like in my mind I'm like, I'm gonna pick this and I'm just gonna go for it, and I'm in it for the long run basically, and then I might start like other hobbies on the side.
So you're just a go-getter.
Yeah.
But are you in New York life for the years to come? Is that what you're ultimately looking to do?
Yeah,
Like, this
I
is
have
your
huge
main thing.
plans.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So,
Where are you going?
I want to establish a DOB, which is doing business as, business. So in a couple years, I want to detach. I want to operate under my own name and just really expand on my practice. Right now, I'm kind of just taking the opportunity to learn and grow, and then using that to, be more efficient and also more productive, and also serve my clients to the best of my ability, but also having resources and other information backing me, so that I'm not just like going in there blind.
Cool.
Like you don't know what you don't know. So
And that's a good backstory. And we slightly talked about like the business and what sets them apart. But what sets you apart, and what makes you the person that our viewers need to call and do business with directly?
I love learning, and I think a lot of people like in the type of work I do are more just focused on closing the sale, but I'm focused on learning about that client and their needs, and also just on a personal side, like for me, like I want to keep learning and growing. Like there's so much information like that I don't know, and I continue to learn every day. And even like my mentor, who's been in this business for 20 years, he like is still learning new things 20
Sure.
years later. Like you never stop learning, and you just have to keep a really open mind and not just be focused on the sale, because that drives anxiety and just it closes you off to other opportunities that you may not be seeing. So I really aim to focus on the individual in front of me, and also learn on the side as well, just to better understand my client and the situation.
I can only imagine. I mean, your field has been ever changing for
changing every year. That's why I have to do continuing
hundreds of
education.
years, like lots of different training. Okay, great. So where can our viewers follow you? Where can they find you, and where can they connect?
Yeah, so they can go on www.newyorklife.com/Brooke Bastiaans, and that'll be my personal profile website under like the greater domain. And then also there will be an image of my business card following. So.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah.
Any last words? Anything you want to wrap it up with?
Yeah, sure. I really care about my clients, and if you're like just lost, or you're unsure what to do, or you just want some advice, feel free to reach out to me. If I could just educate you, I'd love to do that. And look forward to connecting with my viewers. So
Brooke, thank you so much for spending time with me today. If you're looking for life insurance or insurance at all, Brooke, you're very dedicated. You spend a lot of time. You're an entrepreneur. You seem like a very big go-getter like myself, where it's all about our clients,
Yes.
and about the clients, and making sure that everything that is within our company is withheld and provided, and you just that one-on-one personality is just really nice to have there. So it would be great to chat some more, but we're running out of some time. Thank you so much for spending time with me today. Thank you, VVN, and we'll see you next time.
thank you.
And